If you stay focused on the problem and the challenge, you're looking to nurture and educate people who necessarily aren't ready to buy right now or aren't necessarily ready to buy right now. Okay, that's the shift that you have to make. Hey guys, it's Dr. Sonia here with Jump First. Say it with me. Done is better than perfect. Master one thing at a time. Practice makes better. And this has to work. Let's get it. Hello. What's going on? Awesome party peeps. It's Dr. Sonia here with Jump First. Happy 4th, by the way, if you are watching this, okay? We're going to talk about today, like how to actually attract your premium buyers, your customers, your clients, okay? The people who are going to pay you premium prices for your courses, your products, and services. We're going to talk about that on today. What's going on, IG? It's good to see you on as well. If you are watching this on the Jump First Academy YouTube channel, again, my name is Dr. Sonia. I talk all things premium courses, luxury mentorship, and coaching brands, and how you can start to package what it is that you know into the format of those things so that you can get your message out to the world. You are not supposed to stay local. You're supposed to be global. If that interests you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like button, bell notification so you know when more episodes like this drop and we can hang out live. Now let's get into it, because I'm not going to make this a rant, but I hear so many, even like top influencers, people that I look up to. And it's like everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody is entitled to give their advice based on their journeys and what has worked for them. But I hear so many people talking about nurturing sequences, right? And nurturing your audience before you actually sell to them and needing to go through this whole process. Here's the thing about premium courses, premium buyers specifically, they already know what they want. All right, like let's just put that out there. It's not to say that they're not going to go do research or they're not going to kind of see what it is that you're offering or compare what you're offering to somebody else. That though is not your problem. You are not here to convince anyone to work with you. Instead of chasing customers, convincing people, we're going to attract the people into our world that we want to work with. And I'm going to tell you how to do that in a second. But it really doesn't have to do with continuing to nurture like 1,000 years, okay, before somebody is going to buy your products and services, especially at the premium level. Now, when you start talking like $97 courses, $297, $497, even $997 courses, like that's not the premium level. And a lot of times that does require additional nurturing and educating and all of those things, because you're typically at that price point attracting people who are kind of aware that they have a problem, right? Like think about like an ache or a pain that you might have. Maybe, it's something going on with your knee or whatever have you, and there's this little ache. Or let's take a headache, for instance, right? Like, at the onset of the headache, it's like that little pain and you can feel it and you're like, oh, I don't want it to come, right? I'm one of those people that is extremely positive and believe that like words have power, all right? Your thoughts have power and you don't have to accept every thought that comes into your brain, all right? Let's just put that there. You don't have to accept every thought that passes through your brain. You don't have to accept it as true. And so sometimes when a headache comes on, I'm like, I'm not even gonna say it. But other times I hear people, and maybe we've all done it, I've done it too. You may say or hear somebody say, oh my God, I'm about to start getting a headache. I gotta find medicine or I gotta find something, right? So that price point of like the $97 or less to like even a $3,000 course or product or service, like those are folks who feel the onset of the headache, but they aren't in that extreme pain, right? Like it's not a full-on migraine, or they're not in the middle of it and trying to figure out how they're going to get out of it. They are interested in a solution because they know they're going to need one. Like you find yourself at the onset of the headache looking for the Excedrin, right? Or looking for something that is going to help alleviate the pain before it kicks in. And that's where those buyers typically are, okay? Your premium buyers, on the other hand, it's not necessarily, they might be at a level 10 for their pain, right? And they're looking for some solution. But a lot of times, let me tell you this about premium buyers, pro tip, your premium buyers are people who at the onset of that headache, they already know they need the solution. They're already aware of the challenge that they are about to face. They know they need the solution. And this is why I say premium buyers are typically your high performers, high achievers, like people who are prepared, right? And just ready to jump in, not necessarily, evaluating whether or not they need the solution. Does that make sense? Like they're already in solution mode. They know that they need it. They know they're going to get it, and it is what it is. And so that's why it doesn't take a lot of time to nurture and educate your premium level buyers. and clients and customers. So instead of, and here's the way that you're going to attract them, instead of focusing on, the problem and focusing in on, oh my God, you're about to get that headache. Oh my God, you're struggling with that headache. Oh my God, like that headache is a problem. Don't focus there. Like, do not focus there. For premium buyers, you want to focus on, hey, I got the Excedrin over here. Instead of you figuring it out or trying to look for it, and maybe I should stop saying Excedrin until they start paying me, okay, to plug them. But instead of figuring out, or digging through your bag trying to find the Excedrin or the pain pills, okay, instead of going in the medicine cabinet and you don't know where you put them at or trying to like figure out where they are, I got it over here. Here's the solution right here. That's the space that you want to be coming from in order to attract premium buyers to you. Again, I said at the top of this episode, too many gurus and influencers are talking about how much longer it's going to take in order for you to make a sale. And that's just not the case. It doesn't have to be the case. I heard somebody recently talking about webinars and doing 90-minute webinars, and yes, those things they still work, but so many people are trying to put twists on these things, and it's not necessary. You don't even need a webinar in order to sell. Lots of my clients and students still don't have a webinar. They're not offering webinars, they're not running ads, and they are doing somewhere between 5 and 10K in their first 3 weeks, okay, 21 days. And some of them have done it in 24 hours. Again, you do not need a webinar. You don't need a masterclass. You don't need any of that stuff in order to get started. Those things come in when you start to scale. Okay. If you're watching this, let me know where you are watching from, by the way. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like button, bell notification so you know when new episodes like this drop, and send it to somebody else who's interested in packaging their courses, their knowledge, their wisdom, their life experiences, okay, so that we can get it out into the world. And so, yeah, I just needed to bring that really quickly. Now, since COVID, the reason that a lot of people are saying it takes longer to make a sale is this is true. All right, I will agree with this. Since COVID, a lot of online courses, products, and services, people started coming out of the woodworks, right? With all these things that they wanted to start selling, and especially online courses. Online courses have been around, though. They have been happening before COVID. I jumped in 2018. I was teaching university and college level courses, and I was like, I can do this for myself. And online courses have opened up the pathway where, like, you don't need to be a university professor. You don't need to, teach a college level course in order to, or be qualified in that way in order to teach what it is that you know. Okay. So they're open to everyone. Silas, what's going on? I appreciate you inside of the chat. Hello, hello. I hope you're having an amazing day. By the way, again, if you're watching this and you're new here, let me know where you are watching from or what time it is where you're watching from. I always like to see the global reach of these episodes. And so it really opened up, right? Online courses opened up this ability for lots of people to just teach from their life experiences. Now, because of COVID, sometimes like claims, right, by other people, we've seen imposters, we've seen, scams, all those things have become more prevalent since COVID, especially regarding purchasing things online. And so with that being said, yes, there is some hesitancy we're seeing in the marketplace of like, and not necessarily hesitancy, but people are doing more research. So essentially your buyers have become more sophisticated, okay, which means that you need to start up leveling your offers, your courses, your programs, your products, your services to become more sophisticated with your buyers. That's not necessarily saying that it's going to take more time now for them to convert into a sale, okay? Because that doesn't have to be the case. The issue is typically in your messaging. All right. So if your messaging is not evolving and becoming more sophisticated with your market, if your message doesn't match the market and it's not being given at the right time to the right audience, the right people, then that's where the issue lies. If you up level your message, if you match your message to your market and the sophistication of your market, then you're going to attract premium buyers all day long. And it goes back to the pro tip that I gave earlier. I'll put it here again. You have to speak to the solution. You have to speak to how am I being a solution, or how am I providing a transformation or solution for the people who have this particular problem or issue or challenge. Okay. And at the premium level, like you're looking for people who are ready to buy right now. That's it. If you stay focused on the problem and the challenge, you're looking to nurture and educate people who necessarily aren't ready to buy right now or aren't necessarily ready to buy right now. Okay. That's the shift that you have to make. You have to start talking to people, premium buyers who are ready right this second. No one walks into, I always say this, no one walks into a luxury car dealership for a keychain. People are walking in there because they're ready to buy a car. Okay, that's just it. What's going on? J.E. Kali, hello. It's good to see you on. Ghetto Planet, what's going on? It's been a minute. I am excited to see you here. Says, what if my message was meant to be aggressive? It filters out the time wasters. I mean, yeah, that's the other thing I want to put here. So thank you for saying that. Say what you need to say. That's the thing that's going to make you different. That's the thing that's going to make you stand out. And again, I look at so many different spaces online doing this research, right? Marketing research, all of those things, and looking at how many unique and different influencers there are, or people. And when I say influencers, I really mean that in every sense of the word. Like, a lot of people look at influencers like, oh, I gotta have a million plus subscribers, or they have to be extremely well known and got to be on TV and all those things. Like, no, an influencer is just somebody who has a following or has people, right, who follow them, who they influence. I mean, I don't know how else to put that, right? They influence with their words, with their style, with whatever it is that you're doing. And so say what you need to say, because there are some really interesting spaces out there. I've come across very interesting creators who have a huge following, okay, who have people who are like, they're influencing. So I want to put this here. This also came up for me yesterday, and I was talking to a friend earlier today. I'm like, I'm in a space now where, like, I'm just going to say what I need to say. I'm going to say what I want to say. It doesn't need to necessarily be rude, right? But it's a space where I'm going to say what I want to say what I need to say. And the people who match that or resonate with that, like, that's how they find you. So yeah, be yourself. Say what you need to say. Ghetto Plan says they'll always be ready to buy. You just got to have the right attitude. They'll take that loan to buy if you can convince them it's that important. So yes, I would tweak the wording there, right? Like, again, like, this is about your messaging. And so it's, yes, I agree with everything that you said, and I know exactly where you're coming from. There will always be people ready to buy. And it is about having the right attitude. It's about also having the right message too, right? Like, who are you speaking to, and saying, a lot of times the conversations that people are having in their heads, this happens a lot to me. My friends are always like, I'm like, am I wrong? Am I like, and they're like, no, you're just saying what everybody is thinking. So that's the kind of approach that you want to take to this, is say what people are thinking. Again, not necessarily rude, but also not in a convincing way. Like, you don't need to convince anyone. You need to stand in your confidence, stand in your power, and just say what needs to be said, because again, when you position yourself as a solution, or your course as a solution, you have the expertise, you're the expert. And so you have to stand in that. That's positioning 101. Like, positioning yourself as the expert is going to, again, attract the premium buyers to you. Look at all the Tesla drivers. That car is mid. I agree with that. But people believe they need it. True, right? And again, it's positioning, it's influence, it's all of those things that are the psychology of sales. That's really what it is. It's not even necessarily the thing, it's the psychology of sales. Very, very important. And I actually have a mini training on psychology of sales. There's an ebook available, as well as a mini course that you can go and check out if you want the link. I do not advertise it publicly at this point, but if you want it, you can send an email to hello@jumpfirst.org. Again, it's hello@jumpfirst.org, and just put in the subject line psychology of sales, okay? And we'll get it over to you. Again, email hello@jumpfirst.org, psychology of sales in the subject line, and we'll get that over to you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ghetto Planet says, wow, your teeth are white. Thank you. Thank you. And I drink so much coffee. So I appreciate that compliment on today. I appreciate y'all for interacting in the chat. This has been fun. If you are new here and you are checking this out, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like button, bell notifications. Stick around for a while so you know when new episodes like this drop. We can hang out live. I'll answer your questions. I love talking premium courses, inspiration, entrepreneurial tips, and just life stuff in general, okay? Like, I like hanging out with y'all. So I'm excited that you are here. Thank you for spending some time with me on today. If you're heading out for the holiday and you're in the States and you want to do something fun, there's Chestnut making his debut. Do something fun. Make sure that you stay safe as well. Okay. The psychological key to sales, fear, jealousy, grief, hunger. It is emotional, but again, flip that. So those may be keys for people who are interested in courses that are not premium, or offers that are not premium, but your premium level buyers, they're not there. Like, they're on the opposite side of that. Like, they're looking, again, they're solution oriented. So they're like, it's not a fear that's going to necessarily make them buy. It's hope. It's faith. It's they know that they're going to succeed, right? Those things. Not necessarily jealousy or competition either, but status. All right. So that's kind of the way that you want to think about it. So it's, high level buyers, premium buyers are a little bit different, not jealousy and competition, like I said, but status. Like what is going to make them feel like they've lifted their status or up leveled their status, and affluence. Like those are the types of things that will make your premium buyers attracted to you. Okay. So it's a flip of everything that we've been taught, everything that we've seen. All right. It is the flip of that. Other than that, I'm out of here. Tanisha, what's going on? Says, woo, I'm watching from the gym, specifically the stairs. Okay. Hit the Stairmaster, girl. You got it. I love the Stairmaster. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I'm glad you got that in today. All right, y'all. I am out of here. I appreciate y'all. If you're interested in packaging what it is that you know, again, Psychology of Sales is available, but there's a secret link for it. So if you want that, then send an email, hello@jumpfirst.org. And in the subject line, just put Psychology of Sales. If you're interested in the free training, there's a free 30-minute no fluff training over there. Free resources to help you implement at jumpfirstacademy.org. I will say this, though. There are also paid resources over there, too. Paid will help you go faster. And to my high performers who are watching this right now, like it's time to invest. All right. If you're ready to level up, invest in yourself and get going. All right. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Thank you again for spending some time with me today. And I will catch y'all back here. Hopefully I can pop on tomorrow. Have an amazing weekend if I don't see you and you don't tune in. And again, stay safe. All right. I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.